All right, morning. Happy Sunday. Rise and shine. It's yoga time. And it's yoga church. And we're still in July in 2024. And it's wicked hot, at least where I am in the country in the Northern Hemisphere. And it's pitta season. I would like you, if you have a block, to have a block on standby. It's not necessary, but you might want to employ it. Otherwise, you can certainly roll through the practice without one. That said, we're going to begin sitting in Sukhasana. Sukhasana is the cross-legged position with your right shin in front, please. And we're talking about practicing yoga to pacify the pitta dosha. We're thinking about opening up the side vents of the body. A lot of lateral movements, a lot of big stretching through the ribs, the liver, the stomach, spleen. Once you get into your Sukhasana shape, I want to ensure that you've got your shins pushed forward. So your shin bones are in line, parallel with the top edge of your sticky mat. And then draw your knees a little closer together so your feet land in line with your knees, if possible. Great. And then from there, set your fingertips to the floor on either side of your hips. Set them in a place where your arms can be straight. Close your eyes. Become aware of the pieces and parts of you that are in touch with the floor, from your fingertips to your pelvis, legs, ankles, feet. Begin to enliven your posture with your breath as you inhale. Imagine you could breathe some space into the discs between your vertebrae, lifting you up, taller in your seat. And take a brief assessment of what's happening in the mind, checking in with body, breath, and mind as we get started. Excellent. Begin to slow down your breath. And with your next exhalation, begin to walk your hands forward as you hinge at your hip crease and come into a forward fold, bringing your chest, your sternum out over your shins. And just come over to the degree that feels good in your low back, your hips, and you can keep your eyes closed for this if you'd like. Forward bends are believed to be cooling and calming to the mind and the nervous system, especially when we don't stress over them. We're not trying to get head to floor. Rather, we're trying to bring the heart out over the shins. Emphasizing length in the spine rather than depth in the bend. Excellent. Now you're going to simply arc your arms, shoulders, and trunk over to the left. Just inch your way over to your left leg so your sternum lines up somewhere around your left leg, left knee. But I want you to stay anchored in your right sitting bone, remain heavy in the right femur. How would it feel if there were a 10-pound sandbag resting over the top of your right thigh? Explore what's happening in your throat and in your jaw. As we get started in our practice, are we coming to the mat with stress and tension built up from the weekend, the week, the year, the decade? And how would it feel if on an exhalation you could just empty out some of that aggravation? And walk yourself back down the center and give yourself the luxury of a full breath in and a slow breath out when you get there. Good. Walk your hands up towards your legs and then to your hips, sitting yourself up tall. Good. And then before we do the other side, we've got one more to do. I want you to just unpack your right leg. Take your right leg out onto the diagonal. And then you can tuck your left heel a little closer into your pelvic floor, maybe a little deeper bend in the left knee if it feels okay. Right leg out to the right. And then you're going to bring left fingertips to the floor just beyond your left hip. Again, exhaling when you're ready, forward fold. Walk your right arm forward. So your right arm's going forward, left arm out to the left to keep you moving down the center, right over your left heel. It's tempting to roll to the left. The right hamstrings and the hip are probably maybe a little feisty. So using that left arm as a kickstand to keep you centered over the left foot. Good. And then right arm can be forward. If you want to reach your right arm out and grab a hold of your ankle, your foot, or your big toe, you can be my guest. Okay. If you've got your right hand to your foot or ankle, bring it forward, bring your left hand forward, and then walk both hands together up towards your hips, up towards your pelvis, lifting yourself up tall. Good. And then take all the time you need to unpack your left leg, pull in your right, and let's do this again on the other side. Now you'll have your left shin out front. And be deliberate about the way you set this up. Draw the knees a little closer so the feet line up with or near the knees. Take the shins forward. Good. And then fingertips to the floor on either side of your hips. Let's close the eyes again. Noticing the temperature of the breath as it comes in through your nose, the coolness of the prana, and the temperature of your breath as it exits the nose, the release of heat. And on the next exhale, hinge forward, walk your hands out front, coming into a forward bend that works for your body, your hips, your legs, your low back. And exploring if this side is any different, and if so, how, but being mindful not to fall into a place of judgment or frustration, letting go of any perfectionism or the want or desire to be or look a certain way in this shape. Rather explore this through feeling and sensation. Leading with your heart rather than your head. Those with a lot of pitta, fire, in their mind-body constitution tend to fall into perfectionist tendencies rather quickly. You're going to walk over to the right now. Hands, arms, shoulders, torso. Dropping into your left hip, left thigh. Overcoming those tendencies takes time and practice and practice and practice and practice of letting go. Developing patience. developing kindness and tenderness towards your body. Developing kindness and tenderness towards those around you. And let's come back down the center line and enjoy a full, rich in-breath, out-breath. And walking yourself back to an upright position. And then releasing your left leg out to the left, taking it out to the diagonal. Then maybe adjusting your right leg, maybe a deeper flexion in the right knee, pulling the heel closer to the pelvic floor or letting it be where it is. And when you're ready, right fingertips out to the right, left fingertips walk forward and come on down. Eyes can remain closed, or you can open eyes, of course. Take an assessment of your sternum, the location of your sternum in relationship to your bottom leg, bottom foot, the right foot. And any shifts or adjustments you can make to bring the sternum directly over the right ankle. Left arm can remain reaching forward, or take it out to the left and grab your shin or your ankle, maybe your toes or your foot. Starting out with some good stretchiness to begin the practice. Unhinge your jaw for me. Separate your bottom teeth from the top teeth. Good. And then sweep both arms forward. Give yourself one last reach. And begin to walk your hands up until you are sitting upright once more. Oh, good. Excellent. So bring both feet together, knees out to the sides, Baddha Konasana, sometimes called cobbler's pose. Soles of the feet together. Good. Fingertips to the floor on either side of your hips, and lift your ribs up out of your pelvis. Excellent. And then relax your trunk, your upper body, draw your knees together, and I want you to come onto your hands and your knees. Okie dokie. From hands and knees, let's roll through one round of cat-cow. Starting with your breath, initiating the movement on the inhale, arching low, middle, upper back, and then rounding on the exhale. And then making your way to neutral spine when you breathe in. And how about forearm staff when you breathe out? Oh yeah, we're going there. Elbows under the shoulders, inch your feet back. You're welcome to bring the knees down to the mat, especially if your low back is giving you some sass this morning. Be good to yourselves. And if your knees are off the mat, how about this? Separate your feet at least 6 inches and let your heels spin over to the right. So you'll be on the instep of your left foot, the outer edge of your right. Keep both forearms on the floor. So begin waking up the obliques. Beautiful. And bring your heels over to the other side, over to the left. Finding the edges of your feet. But keep those hips elevated. That's it, Sonia. Good, 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 good. Beautiful. Return to the balls of your feet. Well done, everyone. Inhale deeply. And then come all the way down to the floor as you exhale. Place your hands underneath your forehead, stacking one hand on top of the other. Your elbows will be bent. And then what I'm going to have you do from here is keep your legs fired up, tuck your toes and pop your knees up off the floor and feel the activity of muscle action along the posterior line of your body. Calves, hams, hips, low back, muscles along the spine, engaged and active. Great. Now keep your left leg active and your left foot flexed, but just lift your right leg up off the floor. Good. Keep the right hip bone down. Nice. Good. Now right toes back down and float your left leg up. Keep the pelvis down, 3 points of contact, 2 hip points and the pubic bone pressing into the mat. Right leg remains active. Good. Left toes down. Beautiful. Now relax your feet. Point your toes back. Engage your glutes and let's take both legs up. Keep the head down, head and chest down, but legs up, legs straight, legs up. Fantastic. Good, and legs down. Take your arms forward, please. Fingertips to the floor out in front of you. Good. When you inhale, I want you to lift your right arm, head, chest, and left leg. Right arm, head, chest, left leg. Good. Very nice. Stay put. Good. Push through the ball of the left foot. Reach through the right fingertips. Excellent. Relax. Second side. Lift left arm, head, chest, right leg. Great. And relax. Beautiful. Bring your arms down by your sides for locust pose, palms to the floor. And now let's lift everything up, head and chest, arms, feet, knees, legs, everything up, taking flight. Beautiful. And release your body back down to the mat. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders and gently make your way onto your hands and your knees. Rock your hips back to your heels to find pose of a child. Extend your arms forward, palms to the mat, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Once you get into dog pose, you can march your heels, bend your knees one leg at a time, working out any kinks in the back of the legs, ankles, hips. Good. And then make your way to stillness. Float your right leg up. Keep your hips level. Hips stay square. As you extend your right leg, as you reach your right toes, the ball of your foot to the ceiling, sink your left heel a little closer to the floor. Excellent. Step your right foot forward all the way up to your right thumb. Oh, very nice. And we're going to make a quarter turn to the left, preparing for skandasana, those lateral lunges. Well, once you get a quarter turn to the left, take your time getting your heels equal distance from the back of your mat. Good. And then we're going to sink into the left knee, left hip. Good. And then over into the right knee, right hip. Just gentle, slow, easy. And one more time, over into the left knee, left hip, no rush. And then into the right knee, the right hip. Good. And you're going to come to center. Fingertips to the floor. When you're ready, breathe in and look forward. Lengthen your spine. And listen to this. We're going to come down to the knees. Here's how we're going to do it. When you exhale, and heel toe your feet a little closer together. And then one knee at a time down onto the mat. So you're still going to be facing the long left edge of your sticky mat. Okay? Knees down. Once you get onto your knees, you're going to take your right leg straight out to the right. Spin the foot down so your entire foot's on the mat. Good. Extend your arms forward. Clasp your fingers together gently. And as you breathe in, stay right here. As you breathe out, you're going to twist to the right. Pull with your right hand. Bring your left arm over to the right. Good, and then inhale, let yourself come back to center, fingers clasped. Exhaling, go to the right again. Oh yeah. Breathing in back to center one more time. Exhale, go to the right. Let's stay here for an additional breath. Beautiful. Return to center. Good. Release your arms. You're going to take your right hand to your right thigh, left arm up and over. Very nice. Bring yourself to vertical. Palms come together and slide your hands down to your heart. But we're going to change sides now. We're going to bring the right knee down to the mat. And you're going to step your left leg out to the left. Good. So you want to have your right knee underneath your hip. Take your left leg long. And here we go. Arms out front, softly clasping the fingers together. Inhale. On the exhale, turn to the left. Breathing in, come back to center. Belly firm. Exhale, turn to the left. One more time. Inhale. Back to center. And you're going to turn to the left. Let's stay here. I want you to roll those right ribs around to the left. Beautiful. Return to center. Separate your hands. And then we're going to side bend. Left hand to the left leg, right arm. You can just start going straight up. Find that long line from your right knee to your right wrist. And then maybe you arc over. But as you arc over, let your sternum be the determining factor of how deep you think you need to go. I want you to keep your sternum wide open in front of you. In fact, roll those left ribs towards the ceiling. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to come back up, both arms rising up. Palms come together, hands slide down to your heart. Bring your left knee onto the mat next to your right knee. And here's the fun part. We've got to make our way back into that wide-legged forward bend. Couple of options. Fingertips to the floor in front of you. Lift your hips coming into a little modified down dog and then walk your feet to either end of your mat. Option number 2 starts the same way. Fingertips to the floor. Tuck your toes behind you and you're going to hop your feet apart. Okay? Once you get your feet apart, bring your hands behind your back, clasping fingers together, and let's dip forward. Prasarita Padottanasana, this wide-legged forward bend, arms up and over. Very nice. Release your fingertips to the floor. Good. Come halfway up as you breathe in. Walk yourself a quarter turn to the right, turning right toes forward and bringing your left knee down to the mat. Okay, door number 1, stay low. Fingertips can stay on the floor to the inside of your right foot. Hands can come to a block to the inside of your right foot. Door number 2. Door number 3, hands to your right knee, lifting yourself up, chest up. Door number 4, bringing left heel up behind you, taking left hand to left foot, and drawing the heel towards the bum, keeping the collarbones, the sternum facing forward over the top of your sticky mat. You choose any way you slice it. We're just looking for a sweet little stretch through the left hip flexors, so as quadriceps. Beautiful, great, Maxine, love it. Good. Steady breath, steady mind, steady body. Right on. All right, fingertips to the floor. Release your back foot if you've got it. Make your way to downward facing dog. Float your left heel up towards the ceiling. We're going to stay here for a moment. Keep the hips level. Square, straighten the leg. And as your left heel ascends, your right heel descends. Beautiful. Left foot steps forward towards your left thumb. Take as many steps as you'd like to get it up there. Right heel comes down, quarter turn to the right, wide-legged forward bend, facing the right side of your sticky mat. Adjust your feet. Find some symmetry, some balance. And then here we go. Lateral lunges 2 times. Move into that right knee, right hip. Take the flexion as deep as it's appropriate for you. Move into the left knee, left hip. And over to the right knee, right hip. And into the left knee, left hip. Slow and sweet. And make your way to center. Fingertips to the floor. As you pull your next breath in, lengthen your sternum forward, elongating your spine, coming halfway up. Good, and when you exhale, I want you to heel toe your feet a little closer together. We're going to come down to the knees again. Okay, so same rules apply. We're going to start with the left leg out to the left. This is where you might want to put your block to the outside of your right knee, totally up to you. Take arms straight out to the sides like a T. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to tilt to the right, taking right fingertips, maybe right above your block or right above the floor. Good, left arm up. And then inhale, come back up. Here we go again. Exhale, tilt to the right. Right hand hovers above the block or above the floor. Good, inhale, pull yourself back up to vertical. Last time, on the exhale, strong belly, fold over to the right, pause. Keep that left leg active, super strong. Maybe take your right arm forward, reaching towards the top of your sticky mat. I guess it'd be the back of your sticky mat. Good. Maybe you feel those obliques working, the abs working. Now, right hand comes either to the block or to the floor, your call. Take your left arm over your left ear. Nice big stretch through the left line of the body. Telescope those ribs up towards the ceiling or the sky. Ask your back leg to participate. Don't let it just hang there. Active, active. Okay, here we go. Part 2. Take your left arm straight up. Find that vertical line with the left arm. Now, left leg is going to lift up off the floor. Left leg up, great. Stay here, or one more option, bend the left knee, reach back with your left hand, grab the foot. Good, and come into a little bit of a back bend, kind of a bow pose, kind of a on your knees bow pose. Good, keep your eyes focused on a point. I like to look down to the floor, or if there's something straight ahead that's not moving that you can zero in on, great. Wonderful. If you've got your foot, release your left leg long, once again, left arm up. Left foot to the floor. Ooh, I felt that in my butt. Left arm goes back. Try to get your sternum to look to the ceiling. Terrific. Left arm straight up. Let's employ the abdominal muscles. Pull yourself up, right? Hands to your heart. Left knee down. Right leg extends out to the right. All right, same deal, second side. Here we go. Have that left knee underneath your left hip, right leg long and strong, arms out like a T. Inhale. We tilt to the left on the exhale. Oh, just go until you think you might collapse into a heap. And then pull yourself back up. Breathing in, using the breath and the power of your abs to pull you up. Exhale, tilting to the left. Inhale, rising up. Last one. Exhaling, tilting to the left. Left hand hovers right above the floor. Right leg is strong. Maybe left arm reaches over the left end of your sticky mat. Keep turning those ribs upward. Great, now left hand to the floor or to your block. Right arm over the right ear. Now you can stay here and keep enjoying this incredible length along the right line of your body, or take your right arm back up, find that vertical line, and here we go. Right leg maybe comes up. If that's feeling fine, bend your right knee, reach your right hand back for the foot or the ankle, or maybe grab your pant leg, and then kick your foot into your hand. Kick, kick, kick. Eyes steady, breath is smooth sailing. Jaw is unhinged. Good, let's take the right leg straight out to the right once more, right arm up. Settle your right foot to the mat. And now we'll take the right arm back. Beam your sternum skyward. Right arm up. Whee! All right, now using your abdominal muscles and your breath, inhale and lift yourself up to vertical. Whoa. Bring your hands to your heart. Ah. Right knee to the mat. Oh yeah. Fingertips to the floor. You're going to bring your feet out into that wide-legged forward bend. Prasarita Padottanasana. Take the avenue, the road that works for you. Whoa. Good, and once you get here, bring your hands behind your back, clasp your fingers together in the way that feels awkward. And then take your arms up and over your head as you dive forward, coming into this deep forward bend. Release your fingertips to the floor. Come halfway up when your next breath in presents itself. Long spine, beautiful, strong legs. Make a quarter turn to the left on the exhale, coming into a low lunge. Gently place your right knee down onto the mat. Good, and you always have options. Fingertips to the floor to the inside of your left foot. Hands to your block. Maybe hands come up to the left knee, and you slowly start to straighten your arms until you lift your chest upright. Maybe you kick your right foot up behind you, reach back with your right hand, grab the foot, draw the heel towards the bum. I want you to turn ribs forward, collarbones forward, eyes of your torso looking straight ahead. Good, and nice. If you've got your right foot in your right hand, left hand can stay to the leg or left arm can go up. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's go one more breath. And if you've got your foot, release it. Hands to the floor, downward dog. Well done, everyone. Great. Glide forward to staff and bring yourself all the way down to the mat. And once you get to the floor, I want you to use your inhalation, your next in-breath, to come into any back bend that sounds great for you right now. That might be low cobra. Maybe it's bow pose, grabbing your feet behind you. Maybe it's a deeper bend up into the cobra, a bigger cobra. Maybe it's locust pose. Good, just gonna fire up those back muscles after all the forward bending. Good. And then come back down to the floor. Find your way into downward facing dog. We're going to do 2 standing poses and then call it a day. We'll begin by floating the right leg up, rolling the hip back, bending the knee, cultivating the quality of a back bend, a spinal extension, a nice circular energy from the crown of your head all the way up to your right heel. And bring your hips to level, re-extend your right leg, and softly land your right foot forward by your right thumb. This is another opportunity to use your block. Have your block about 6 inches in front of your right foot and off to the right a little bit. Good. Spin your back heel down. And then let's rise up into warrior two. From warrior two, we're going to take the right arm up, left arm down. Just one big breath. And then we're going to bring right elbow to right knee. Keep your left hand to your left hip. Good. Glance down to the floor, see your block. Bring your right hand to the block. Take a small step forward with your back foot so you tighten up your stance a little bit. And then we're going to come into half moon pose. Right hand to the block, left leg floats back. Turning the pelvis to the left, the ribs to the left, the sternum to the left. Good, now we're gonna stay here for a few breaths and explore some options. You can take your left arm straight up. And if you'd like, you can take your right arm forward. Woo! Option two, keep your right hand to the block, but bend your left knee. Reach back with your left hand and find the foot. We were here earlier when we were down on our knees. Good. We're going to take 2 more breaths so you can explore. If you've got your foot, release it. And here's the exit strategy, y'all. Here's the exit strategy. Fingertips back to the block, right fingertips to the block. And then you're going to slowly begin to bend your right knee. You can bring your left hand to your waist. Should have said that. Bend your right knee. Very slow. Then release your fingertips from the block and softly land your left foot to the floor. Both hands come to the mat, downward facing dog. So the landing we're going for is just super slow, soft, kind of like you're floating around in a space capsule. Let's take the left leg up. You can roll the hip back and bend the knee, reach the left heel towards your right scapula. That would be your shoulder blade. Good. Then square your hips and re-extend your legs straight back behind you. And then a soft landing, left foot up towards the left thumb. Spin your right heel down. You're going to come into warrior two and exalted warrior. These are just your transitional poses, right? Warrior two to get our feet steady and legs underneath us. Exalted warrior just for one breath in to lengthen the left waist, and then left elbow to left knee. Right hand to your waist. Place your block, didn't say this, place your block to the left of your left pinky toe and a little forward. Then left hand to the block. And here we go. Stand up strong on that left leg. Float your right leg straight back behind you. Block is over to the left. Yeah. Good. Maybe kick that right heel towards your bum. Maybe grab a hold of the foot with your hand. Strong on the standing leg. Good. Okay. Watch your frustration, Pitta. Oh, good. Beautiful. Good. Let's take one more breath wherever you are, whatever shape you're exploring. If you've got your back foot, you're going to release it, and the exit is slow. Yeah. First, right hand to the waist, bend your left knee, and then pick your left hand up, and a slow, soft landing, right foot to the floor. Good. Hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Bada bing, bada boom, we're done with that. Excellent. Good. Come to your knees for what's often called puppy pose, anahatasana. So your hips are gonna stay above your knees. Walk your hands and arms forward. Bring your forehead or your chin to your mat. Good. Excellent. And then roll yourself forward onto your belly. And once you get down onto the floor, I'm going to have you roll onto your left side, stacking your legs, stacking knees, one on top of the other. If this feels like it's jamming or causing any drama in your left shoulder or the left side of your neck, if you can reach for maybe a throw pillow or a blanket to put under your head, go for it. So with your knees bent, lying on your left side, I want your arms forward, right hand on top of left hand. On the inhalation, when you get set up, don't rush. You're going to sweep your right arm up and over, coming into open book, coming into a twist. Yeah, that's it, Maxine. Sorry, I didn't articulate that very well. And when you exhale, take your time. You might take a couple of breaths. Come back over, right arm over left arm. And we'll do this 2 more times. On the 3rd time, we're going to stay in the twist. The knees about 90 degrees. Hips flexed about 90 degrees. And on round 3, when you get there, you sweep your right arm back behind you to the floor behind you. Stay put. You might draw your knees up a little closer and notice if that shifts anything. In this twist, it might not. I don't know. With your right arm stretching out to the right, see what happens when you bend your right elbow into a cactus. Notice what, if anything, goes on around the region of your shoulder blade. Couple more breaths. And bring your right arm over your left arm once more. Just take a beat. Let your shoulders round. And make your way over to your right side. Stacking knees. Taking right arm out onto the floor, left hand on top of right hand, both arms straight, and begin when you're ready. Inhaling, left arm up and over behind you. And we'll do this 3 times. And on the third time, you'll stay in the twist. Last couple of breaths. And bring your left arm over, resting your left hand on your right hand, and hit the pause button for a second or two, letting your shoulders melt, allowing your neck to relax. And then make your way onto your back, pull your knees into your chest. And if it feels good to stay still, be still. If you want to rock from side to side, we're just going to take about 10-15 seconds before moving into Shavasana. Bringing your feet to the floor and getting yourself set up in the Shava shape. That sounds most delightful and cooling for you. It might be taking your legs up the wall. It might be taking your feet up over a chair. Tap into the power of your exhalation, dragging it out a little bit longer with each breath. And find yourself in a ratio pattern where you're exhaling for twice as long as you're inhaling. No special number, no magic number. If your time and space today allows you to stay in Shavasana for another 3, 5, or 10 minutes, then I strongly encourage you to stay put. Otherwise, if you need to begin moving into the day, oh, hello, you can start wiggling your fingers and toes, draw up your knees, and roll yourself up into having a seat on your mat, or you can sit in a chair or on an ottoman. Good. And once you get upright, I'm going to have you bring your right hand in front of your nose, placing the pad of your thumb and ring finger at the bridge of your nose. And let's exhale whatever we have on board. And seal the right nostril, inhale from the left. Seal the left, exhale right. Seal the right, inhale left. Seal the left, exhale right. Good. 3 more rounds, breathing in left. Breathing out right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Last one, inhale right. Oh, sorry, inhale left. Oh, shit, sorry. Inhale left. And exhale right. Oh, okay. Release your hand. Take a deep breath in through both nostrils. Exhale. Bring your palms together, base of your thumbs to the forehead. Cool mind. And bring your fingertips down towards your lips. Cool prana. Cool speech and communication. And rest your hands to your heart. Cool body, cool spirit. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me and the others on the screen today. Those of you who are practicing later, hope you enjoy the practice.